The hospital called at 6:12 a.m. I recognized the number immediately. My father had been admitted 3 days earlier for tests. That's what he said. The nurse's voice was calm, practiced. "Your father's condition has worsened," she said. "You should come as soon as possible." I sat on the edge of my bed, phone pressed to my ear, trying to wake up. "How bad?" I asked. There was a pause. She doesn't know. I thought she did. My father, Robert, was 71, stubborn, independent, the kind of man who never asked for help. He lived alone since my mother died. Refused to move in with me, refused assisted living. "I'm fine," he always said. I believed him. When I arrived at the hospital, he looked smaller. Machines surrounded him. Monitors beeped softly. He smiled when he saw me. "There you are," he said. "Thought you forgot about your old man." I laughed, relieved. "You scared me," I said. He shrugged. Doctors love drama. The doctor pulled me aside. His expression was careful, measured. "Your father's condition is serious," he said. "But that's not why I asked to speak with you." My stomach tightened. There's something unusual about his medical history. They showed me the file. Years of records, different hospitals, different doctors, different names. I stared at the screen. "This isn't possible," I said. "He's been seeing the same doctor for years." The doctor shook his head. "According to our system," he said, "your father has been receiving treatment under multiple identities." I felt embarrassed, like they thought I was part of something. "What are you saying?" I asked. The doctor lowered his voice. "We believe your father has been exaggerating and sometimes inventing illnesses for a long time. Munchausen, that's the word they used. I had only heard it in documentaries. Never imagined it could apply to someone I loved, someone who taught me to ride a bike, someone who sat in the front row of every school play. They told me he'd undergone unnecessary procedures, taken medications he didn't need, moved from hospital to hospital when questions were asked, all without me knowing. I confronted him that afternoon. He listened quietly, didn't deny it, didn't apologize. He just looked tired. "I didn't plan it," he said. "It just worked." I repeated. He nodded. "When people think you're sick, they stay," he said. "They call, they worry." I felt my chest tighten. "You could have just asked me to visit more," I said. He smiled sadly. I didn't want to beg. The nurses came in and out. He played the role perfectly. Weak smile, slow movements, but now I saw it, the performance. I remembered all the emergencies, the late-night calls, the ambulance rides, the guilt that shaped my adulthood. I had built my life around his fragility. That night, the doctor called again. "There's something else," he said. The tests came back normal. No organ failure, no sudden decline. He wasn't dying. He never had been. I didn't know whether to feel relief or rage. When I told my father, he looked disappointed. Not shocked, disappointed. So they figured it out. He said quietly, "That's it." I asked, "That's all you have to say?" He looked at me. "I'm afraid of being alone," he said. The honesty hurt more than any lie. The hospital discharged him 2 days later. Psychiatric referral, follow-ups, no sympathy, no special treatment. At home, he struggled. Without machines, without attention, without the audience. I visited once a week, then less, not out of cruelty, out of exhaustion. He called often. Sometimes he complained of pain, sometimes of dizziness. I never knew what was real. That uncertainty hollowed me out. One evening, I arrived to find him on the floor. He had fallen. This time, it was real. He was scared, not theatrical, not rehearsed, just human. At the hospital, he reached for my hand. "Please don't leave," he whispered. I stayed, but something had changed. The doctors treated him cautiously now, double-checking, questioning, no rushing. No drama. He started therapy, resisted at first, then opened up about my mother, about silence, about how illness gave him permission to need people. Months passed. He stopped pretending, mostly. Sometimes old habits surfaced. But he caught himself, apologized. One day, he said something that surprised me. "I don't want to be remembered as sick," he said. "I want to be remembered as your dad. I visit more now, not because I'm afraid he'll die, but because I want to be there. This is Nightline. And sometimes the hardest truth to accept is that the people we love don't lie to hurt us. They lie because they re-terrified of being forgotten.